Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we are going to have our Elimination Chamber predictions here. Sorry if my voice is a little nasally. I've been sick, so of course there's got to be a PLE when I'm sick and make sure I can't actually get stuff done. But I had to do this at least for as we pretty much know what the chamber is now, so it's the best time to go in there and decide what's going on. So we'll start with the regular two matches. I think we'll start off with CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I think that one's a kind of a open and close thing. I don't think that even with the spontaneity of letting Finn Balor win and something crazy happening before Mania, I don't think they're going to go with the cash cow that is CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I don't think Finn Balor would be able to step up and have that feud in that short amount of time compared to how much CM Punk could do in the same amount of time. So I think this is an easy no-brainer. CM Punk wins here. I think either Judgment Day does decide to go down there and help him and end up costing him the match, because I think that would be what the storyline should lead into. WrestleMania is Finn and JD and Dominic Mysterio are all on the outs with each other. I think that would be ideally what you want to do here, so you can accomplish multiple setups for other matches. But I think for the most part, we're going to see, him retain here, and maybe Finn Balor and Dominic at WrestleMania. Then we have the second title match, which is Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. This was honestly a toss-up because AJ Lee should, have a good chance of winning in her hometown. It'd be a good pickup title win for her. But I could see this being like a multiple thing happen where Becky in some way cheats and gets the situation where she then has to kind of give a rematch to AJ Lee at WrestleMania. And then that's the moment. I think that's the better storyline to do. Just let them go have a match out there. Let AJ Lee get her first singles match. Let her get kind of used to everything before you put that belt on her, and then it will make it even more special at WrestleMania, where the match will be, I think, a lot better and well more received in a big wide open card. I think that's a lot better than it being kind of finite of everybody looking at this match. I think this could be an easy just DQ finish or Becky cheats and stuff. But that's what I'm gonna go with. I mean, if you want to really just make a big thing of it, this wouldn't be a bad time to have the belt change. It's just kind of pointless, the whole Maxine Dupree angle of like her getting the belt for a second just to lose it to Becky then just to drop it right then and there. It just kind of feels, I don't know, kind of pointless. But I think, either way, I think I'd still be happy about it. It should be a pretty solid match, and I'm kind of excited to see what happens there. Next up, we have the men's elimination chamber. I decided to go with the men first because it's a little bit more of an intriguing match. Obviously, the winner faces Drew McIntyre, and I really don't see, other than like two guys, really having that opportunity. So we'll talk about it. There's Jey Uso, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Randy Orton, obviously Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight. So let's just kind of talk about from least to more most likely. I think obviously we put Jey Uso at the bottom. I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to win his heat, but because Bronson Reed got hurt, they did that because I feel like there was way too many good guys in this match that they really needed that big monster heel that Reed would have had. So I think, and I think Reed was only in it because I think that's where um, where I think Braun Breaker would have been. So it's like there's so much stuff that they could have done here that ended up kind of just getting changed last minute because of just so much extra stuff. So I would say Jey Uso's at the very bottom, the very most unlikely. Then I'd probably put Javon Evans. I think like he would be an amazing choice, and he should have some amazing moments here. But obviously he's one of the newest people to the roster, the youngest guy on the roster. I don't think him versus Drew McIntyre will really be the marquee matchup that they want. So unfortunately for him, I think that he'll have a great opportunity here. I could also see him really making it to like a deep run into it. He's definitely going to have the best moment in this match. I'm pretty sure he's going to do something crazy off one of the cells and probably take an RKO from Randy. So I think we're destined to see something great there. So he's gonna have a good showing, but I think fifth most likely. Then I'd probably go Trick. Obviously, Trick would be honestly a good choice. I just think it's a little too soon for him. I think that I think they should kind of really be wrapping him into maybe Carmelo and Dragunov's feud, kind of a rehash of what they were in NXT. That feud absolutely cooked, and those matches absolutely cooked, and that was with Trick Williams being the worst out of the three. And I think in some cases, at least with character work, especially, Trick has been the best guy out there. So I think I really want to see that, maybe like a triple threat for the U.S. title for WrestleMania. It might be the call there. So I think Trick will have a good showing here, but I don't think he's very likely. Then we get to the big three. I think I'd put LA Knight here. I don't think LA Knight would be a bad choice. I just think that the marquee matchup of even having Randy or Cody in WrestleMania, I think that you can't pass up on either one of those two. So having it as LA Knight, I just really don't see that he has it. I think he's just kind of always been cursed to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I think that's going to be here. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to the final three. I think the final three in here is going to be the final three that are in the ring because it makes a lot of sense. But I think that's what I'd have him as third. Next, I probably am going to put Cody Rhodes. I really do believe that Cody should get the opportunity here, but he's more than likely going to beat Drew McIntyre, and I feel like Drew McIntyre still needs some time to like establish in a title reign, and the only person that here that's capable to have the WrestleMania match and not going to drop the belt to would probably be Randy Orton. I think he could beat Randy Orton, and it would allow him to still obviously make that signature win for his title run. Not to mention it's a great matchup. So I think Randy wins here. I think he wins the Elimination Chamber. I think it's very like edged out. It's just kind of based off of what they want to do. I just can't see Cody losing here and then you know or like winning here and like being able to not take the belt off Drew. I could see them maybe adding people to this match, and that could be where something else goes. But because I don't think Jacob Fatu and I don't think Sami Zayn are done, I really wouldn't be surprised if we see one or the other make some type of appearance to cost Cody here. I think it could possibly be Sammy. I think him turning heel on Cody would be the most ideal situation and would be a decent feud for maybe like a triple threat, just like a really solid blood type feud going into WrestleMania where it doesn't need a title could be the call here because then you just set up a whole bunch of different matchups that could be really good. So I'm gonna go with Randy. Then we jump over to the women. The women's match is kind of low key. Like I don't know what they're doing because now that we know that Liv Morgan has picked Stephanie, it's kind of like so this person plays Jade Cargill. Now I guess we'll go from top to bottom. I think James is the very bottom here. I'm not really sure why they put her in here over Charlotte Flair. I know they were trying to give like maybe some opportunities, but I feel like Charlotte Flair should have really been here with setting up her and Alexa Bliss to maybe turning on each other by WrestleMania and having that matchup there. I feel like that was kind of the call, but we didn't get it. So I feel like then James really is just here to participation, I guess. After that, it actually kind of gets a little murky for me because Raquel I would obviously think that she would be the next one up in most situations, but the way that they've been booking her and showing her off, there's a good shot she just wins the whole thing. I don't personally feel like it's the best idea, but I could see them doing something like that. So I probably put maybe Bliss at 5. I think that she's not really in that position to be the one challenging Jade Cargill. I mean, I think they've kind of had her relegated to the tag team division and the storyline with Charlotte Flair, and I think it just really doesn't make a lot of sense to have her pull the trigger and win here. Then I'd probably have Raquel at 4. Honestly, wouldn't be a bad choice to win it, but I just don't think the matchup between her and Jade Cargill will be a WrestleMania worthy match. And then we get to possibly maybe being 3 Tiffany Stratton. I can honestly believe that they'll probably have Tiffany win here, but I just don't think it's the matchup because Tiffany dropped the belt to Jade and then they go right back into having that match again. It just kind of feels pointless and redundant, and I'm not a fan of that. So if that's the case that we're getting, I just really don't want it to happen. If Liv had picked Jade or they had changed that up, it could have really changed up things for Tiffany, but having Tiffany versus Jade again just isn't it for me. Then we get to the big two, Asuka and Io, or no, Asuka and Rhea. This one's kind of a weird one to me because I I honestly don't know because Asuka would have a better match with just going after Kairi Sane and like having them split. I think would be a really good match to have at WrestleMania. Obviously, Rhea is in the tag division, which they could possibly be dropping the belts at SmackDown right before this, and that would free up Rhea to face Jade Cargill. But I just don't know. I'm gonna go personally. I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. I think it's the most star power match that they can make, and I think that's what they're gonna have to do here. I think she might have to they're either gonna drop the belts or they're gonna pull double duty. I really hope they don't drop the belts just on a random thing. I just think that's kind of pointless. The story that they've told has been great and fun, and just one of the most highlights from SmackDown, Raw, whatever. 2 seconds they're on the screen, but I guess we'll see. I don't know. It's a very weird one. I really just don't even know what to exactly even say on here. Um, yeah, tell me what your guys' picks, and tell me if you guys are going to be watching this Saturday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.